Check, 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 check. All right, we good?
Yep.
All right. Hey everybody, Ron here at BridgeCom Systems, KCØQVT, coming at you live from Smithville, Missouri. So welcome back, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. We put together a little show for you today that I hope you're going to enjoy. It's continuing in our journey with the Anytone 878 and working with the Hotspot and on the networks and stuff. And just real quick, where are you guys from? Do some shout outs here. Phantom Tech Ghost, Charlotte, Michigan, KE8OTS. Ron in Newton, Kansas. Jeremy Burris, hey, what's going on? Down in, let me see, Idaho, Oklahoma, if I recall. Yeah. John from Maine, that's awesome. Jeremy's on Facebook, John's on YouTube. But yeah, we're streaming to live to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Mike Stanton, PA near Allentown, he's on. Sumter, South Carolina, Lee, Whiskey 4, Lima, Foxtrot Hotel, thank you for joining us. David Nuddy, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Cleveland, Ohio. It's awesome. Yeah, I've got you guys coming up on the screen here. Dave Culver, Kilo 3, Yankee Bravo in beautiful Cherry Hill, New Jersey. All right. Okay, yeah, we're going to get to some issues if you guys are having some stuff. Save that for later. Ron Bledsoe, yep. Kilo Charlie 9, November Tango in Poplar Bluff. Yep. Bill in Greenville, North Carolina, November 8, Charlie Quebec Delta. And Dan, Kilo Oscar 4, Edward or Echo Uniform Hotel in Jacksonville, Florida. You're right there in Dwayne N6DMR's backyard. Mike Sawyer, Kilo Oscar 4, Alpha November Igloo in Leesburg, Virginia. Thank you for joining us. Jeff Robinson, Texas. Donald Koch, Sullivan, Missouri. I know where that is. I went to school in Rolla. So right up the road from where I was at the university. So cool. Glad to have you guys on. Well, I'll get started. You guys know we just did a giveaway announcement for we called it the Double Trouble, where we did a giveaway for a plug and play package, and then the lucky winner could gift one to another one. Well, that just went on, and now we have another giveaway going on that we just started yesterday, and I'm going to ask Justin to put this in the notes here. But we got another giveaway for you guys. We do enjoy doing that, and they are real giveaways. We do give away the stuff. We ask that you get you a licensed amateur radio call. Void where prohibitive. All the stuff that you have to say. So those happen pretty regular. We're always doing something to help you guys out, keep you guys enthused about what's happening at BridgeCom. We do enjoy that part of this what we're doing here. So. Got another giveaway going on, so the link should be in your notes here. And I want to make you guys aware of some stuff that we're doing that is like an extra add-on to help you guys. We know that there's folks that have issues with radios, or they're just going through this process and they need a helping hand. We have a coaching platform that Dwayne N6DMR is putting on. It's limited seating, and the link will be in the show notes, or this notes here, that you guys, if you want to do some coaching session with Dwayne, it is $20. We ask it, and there's a link to it. It's well worth it. He will help you get over the hump, and he does a lot of good training on that. So I want to invite you guys to take advantage of that. But he is available for individual coaching, one to many, but there's a limited number of seats. And also, we have a lot of resources for you guys that we're helping out with. BridgeCom University, of course, many of you know we have available. Facebook, our group page, if you've not joined that, we invite you to join that, because there's a ton of people on there that can help you with with any of the issues you're having. YouTube, of course, we have a lot of videos on our YouTube channel. We're putting out content, and yeah, those are the three main resources. And then, of course, if you guys need anything specialized with your radio that you've purchased from us, we do have a support ticketing system. Put a support ticket in and we will get to you. And I will address something. We are growing. It's been awesome to help you guys. I mean, we want you guys, once you buy this radio or a hotspot or a repeater from us, my goal is to make you successful. I know there's been some frustration that, maybe you're not being heard or something. That's not what I want. I want to help all of you guys. And one of the things that kind of, I got these hats we did, and on the back of these hats, success is my duty. I mean, I want you guys to know, that's our motto. We want you successful. We don't want to just sell you we don't want to just sell you a radio and say, well, good luck, hope you figure it out, or and then if you have a problem, go call the manufacturer, which of course is almost impossible. I mean, we don't manufacture this radio, we resell it, but we want to be here for you, and we're building an awesome team to help you guys be successful. So don't be frustrated. We will get to you, and if you fall through the cracks, believe me, that's not my intention. I'm building an awesome team. I'll take you guys into the shop sometime and show you guys around, and you can see the team. We got 3 or 4 techs working. Where I'm hiring people, and again, success is our duty. We want you successful. We don't want to give you the taillight warranty on these radios. We want to make sure that you guys can be successful. So I think I covered a lot of the stuff that, the housekeeping and whatnot. But anyway, let's dive in here. I've got some notes here that I've done, and I believe there should be a link in the notes that Justin will paste in here, and you can follow along at what I'm going to do. But what I want to do is I want to show you guys how to schedule a connection to a talk group on Brandmeister. And then, of course, I want to then show how to find active talk groups on Brandmeister. And then I've got some bonus content that I want to go through with the radio at the end there to put it all together. Okay, so now that you've got this radio and it's kind of programmed up, you got your hotspot, and this is a pretty awesome thing. I mean, this hotspot frees your ham radio. That's what I like to say. I mean, it's effectively it's effectively a repeater in your hand. It frees you up, and you can steer this thing to anywhere you want to go. And I've been exploring it myself, just how deep the rabbit hole goes. And I mean, it's a really big sandbox, I tell you. I'm having a lot of fun with this, just finding out what you can do. And hats off to these guys at Brandmeister. I mean, these guys have done a bang-up job in creating this network. And I know there's other networks too, and like TGIF and the DMR, the Mark guys who started a lot of this back in the day. I mean, it's created a nice big sandbox for us to play. But anyway, back to the basics. You need a DMR ID. You can't do anything without a DMR ID. You got to have one of these. So go to radioid.net and get you a DMR ID. You got to have one of those before you can do anything. Then you need to find a repeater, a local repeater. Whoops. Or get you a hotspot. And we're going to focus on the hotspot today, okay? So get a DMR ID and find a local repeater doing DMR, or, DMR. Yeah, I was going to say there's other modes, but we're not focusing on them today. So, or get a hotspot and then just, dive in. And we're going to continue to dive in. I've showed you guys how to connect to a local repeater. I've showed you how to do the firmware update. If you go back to the videos that I've done before, and you can see how I've done all that. And we'll probably revisit some of that stuff as we go down the road here. Okay, so I've got a computer right here. Again, this is the $100 Amazon tablet computer I bought. I hope they're still out there. I don't know. We've looked recently. Sometimes they've sold out, but I'm showing you with a Windows 10 tablet computer, $100. I'm rolling, okay? I didn't have to, I just connected my radio to it. It dived right in. There's a video for that. I can show you how to do that. So let's jump over here into the computer, and I want you to follow along here. Okay, so what we're going to look at is how to schedule a connection to a talk group on Brandmeister. Now, you may ask, well, why do I want to do that? Okay, you guys are probably familiar with nets, okay? Local repeater clubs have them. But they're also, and you've joined your local repeater net. Okay, well, there's nets going on all over in this DMR world. Okay, clubs, groups have these nets, and I'm going to show you where you can find a list of these going on. But what you can do is you can actually schedule your hotspot to create a static connection, meaning it's going to connect to that talk group at that specific time that that they're having the net, so that your hotspot, assuming it's plugged in all the time, will automatically go to there and start feeding audio traffic to your out to your RF, and then hopefully into your radio that's turned on. And by the way, these radios, the battery life's incredible on these. I've left this thing on all day, you know, and with the screen on, by the way, and it stays alive. I charge this up maybe every day and a half, and I am actually using it on medium to low power, because when you're in your house or your car, you don't need it on high power, so you only need, you know, as little power as possible. But the battery life's incredible. So what we want to do is, with this link here, we want to go to this. We want to go to Brandmeister the dashboard, and I put a hyperlink here. And I want to, let's see, open a new tab. So I'm going to go over here. And what you want to do is you want to log in, and hopefully you've created a login by now on Brandmeister. You definitely need to have that in order to be able to do what we're going to do here. So I created a login last week, and I'm going to go ahead and I got it all set up. It remembers who I was, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. And this is your self-care account. All right. And now I'm logged in. You can see my call sign up in the upper right there, Kilo Charlie 0 Quebec Victor Tango. And I want to go to this left side over here, and where it says My Hotspots. Okay, I'm going to click that, and there's my DMR ID. And I'm going to click this, and this will pull up the settings of my profile as visible to the Brandmeister network. All right. So I've not done much with this page at all. It's populating what I put in the hotspot credentials. It sees that I'm in Smithville, Missouri. The longitude, latitude, there's no power or gain associated with it because I'm not, you know, dealing with an antenna or anything. But I can see here I got a description, which I have nothing there. I've not done anything with this, okay? And I'm not able to do any changing to this. As you can see, all these fields, I'm prevented from doing that because I believe it's pulling it all that from your hotspot that you put in on Pi-Star. Okay, and I will change that website. I'll probably just put bridgecomsystems.com. And by the way, you can put anything in that field. If you want folks to know, you know, like if you have your own special page that you've created for yourself, that's a great place to put it. And then people can find out more about who you are, because, I mean, it's ham radio. We want you know, that's why we're in this thing. We want to meet new friends. We want to, you know, promote our clubs, promote our repeaters, whatever we're doing. It's kind of like the QRZ.com page that you create, you know, for your, you know, tell people about who you are and what you're into. So that's what that website page, I have, and I've not done that yet, so bear with me. But anyway, we want to go to the bottom of the page where it says schedule a static and press the add select static button. All right, so this is where we want to add a static talk group for scheduling a connection. All right, now I'm going to pause right here, and I'm going to go down to step 2 in the notes here, and see how do you find what's going on this network? I mean, you know that's happening. You know, I've heard people say, well, you know, I've tried my statewide talk group and I don't hear anybody. Well, there's a way to go and figure out what's going on, and there's this. I'm gonna create a new tab over here, and I want to jump in to another, I want to create another instance of the Brandmeister network. Let's see, yeah, there we go. Okay, over here on this left side, you can click on this thing called Last Heard, okay, and this is going to actually show you what in the heck's going on this network. I mean, it's just going to start populating with a lot of traffic. So this is one way you can find out. So how to find active talk groups on Brandmeister. Okay, so this will begin to populate and just show you the immense amount of traffic that's taking place with all these various services. So this is one place you can find activity. Okay, And then this is just going to sit here and stream, and so you can see, you know, what all's going on, and it's extremely active. Some of it's, and this is worldwide traffic, by the way, of all these repeaters and hotspots. But there's another website that I found, and I'll give props to these folks, to inspect talk group activity, and it's this I'll click on it right here. It's the Hudson Valley Digital Network. I don't know who these folks are, but they created this blog post here that I want you guys to see, and basically they'll link you to the call stats, so you can go and look at talk groups to see what's going on. And this is another place. I was talking with a guy over email, and he's in Pennsylvania, and he's trying to hit a local repeater. And of course, I was trying to connect with them through my local repeater, and I was trying to raise Pennsylvania statewide. And so I was thinking, well, what's going on? I mean, because nobody was giving me a radio check. So I just wanted to see real quick how active it was. And so with this link here, and I've got a link in the show notes, or the notes here, that you can go to this page and you can look at all of the talk groups that are available to us and simply click on them and see what's going on. Like, well, I didn't mean Israel. Okay, yeah, and I'm going to find Pennsylvania real quick, and that's down here in the States. They're in the 31 something, 31. They're alphabetized. So let's go to Pennsylvania. Okay, 3142 statewide. Okay, you can see between October 20th, about a month view, you can see all the activity, the QSOs per hour, and then of course you can zoom in on some stuff and you can see it. So it's not really that active of a talk group. Calls per hour, okay? But this is a place where you can go and see, well, what's going on with these talk groups, okay? You can now go in and find out, like, you know, I check Missouri statewide. That's where I'm at. How busy is Missouri statewide? So I can go over here. There's Missouri, 3129. Okay, this is a snapshot of the last month. Not too busy, okay? It's one, you know, and again, there's, what, 1,500 and change talk groups. So you can't expect every one of them to be just lit up all the time, but there are some of them that are, and we can, of course, find those. But here's a strategy that I'm going to show you that I used actually last night when I was playing around with my radio to find a situation where I knew there was going to be some activity, and basically it's a net. So I looked online and found a website, and the link is right here. We're going to put all this together. I am going somewhere with this, folks. I'm trying to set the stage here, so I want to put it all together. So I want to look for a net, and we're going to do that right now. We're going to schedule a net and have this hotspot schedule that, or connect to that net, and then if I remember, I'm going to have my radio turned on and on that talk group, and that way when the audio begins to flow, my radio will unmute and I'll be active on that net. So I found this website, Whiskey Zero Whiskey Charlie, and by the way, I appreciate, you know, I'm giving props to these folks that are doing this. But anyway, you can see from this website, and this gentleman has, or this, I don't know if it's a guy just doing some stuff. Oh yeah, it is. It's an individual. So props off to Whiskey Zero Whiskey Charlie in his website here, that he's got a whole list of these nets that are going on. And this is pretty current. It looks like it was last updated on June 2nd, 2020. So last night I was on my radio listening on the local repeater, and I saw that there was a net going. It was Tuesday evening, and it was about just right before 8 o'clock, and I wonder if it's on here. I know, oh yeah, it's right here, it's the SNARS DMR net. I hopped on that net last night. I put in my information. Now, I didn't schedule it, okay, but this is what I'm going to show you how to do, but I went ahead and I was able to quickly get on it, and certain enough, there were about 20 or 30 guys that called in and checked in on the net, and I even checked in on it. It was really cool. So it was pretty active. So anyway, so why don't we do that? Why don't we schedule a net for tonight where we can join it? So it's Wednesday, and let's see what's happening on Wednesday. So let's see. Wednesday, there's several nets going on, and I'm going to pick one of these. North America Tech Net. All right, that's going to happen tonight, 1800 hours Pacific. So I know that's 6 o'clock my time. Or wait, did I read that right? Oh, Central Time. That is 8 o'clock my time. Apparently this guy is adjusting for it. Okay, so that's happening at 8 o'clock on Talk Group 93, which is North America. All right, so we know there's a net happening tonight, and of course if you're into astronomy, you got the Digital Voice Net. Ohio's having a statewide net tonight. Minnesota's having one. Western PA DMR net. Louisiana's having one. Virginia, Northeast. Okay, so this is a great link for you guys. If you want to know what's happening, this is a great place to happen, and you can check in on these nets and of course listen to what's going on amongst your fellow amateur radio enthusiasts. It's a big sandbox. All right, so we know that there's a net going on tonight, and it looks like it's every Wednesday at 8 o'clock on Talk Group 93. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go back over here where I showed you, and I'm going to go to my hotspots. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to schedule this net so that my hotspot connects with Talk Group 93 at 8 o'clock every Wednesday. Okay, so I'm down here, and I'm kind of jumping back up to item number 1. So I'm going to go Add Scheduled to Static. Okay, so this thing pops up, and it wants me to put a talk group number. And we just looked. It's talk group number 93. The day of the week, we know it's Wednesday. All right, the start date, we're going to start it today, which is November 18th, 2020. And the stop date is, I guess, whenever you want it to. 2021. I mean, we could set it out for a whole year. It's hard to believe it's already 2020, almost 2021. I think a lot of us probably won't miss 2020. Okay, so there's November. That's where we are. So let's just schedule this thing to do it for, a couple months. Okay. Now the time in this is, you've got local time and UTC. So I know start is going to be, I'm going to run this slider bar. Wednesday, the start time is going to be 8 o'clock, or no, I'm sorry, 6 o'clock local. And then the stop time is 9 o'clock. Okay, I'm not sure how to adjust the stop. Anyway, I'm going to add this talk group. Success. All right, so there, we've got a scheduled static. Now it looks like you can add more of these. So if there's another net on that sheet you want to add, that you want to pick up over the course, like maybe for tomorrow, okay? It looks like on Thursday there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got Papa Technical Roundtable, Las Vegas High Terra Brandmeister. How's it going?
You're good. They can't see me.
Okay, cool. Anyway, just showing you this is what you can do. So I hope you guys, this opens your mind to what's possible. Hey, this looks interesting. TGIF net. It says the DMR mental ward. How many of you guys need to belong in that place? I sometimes I tell you, that's crazy. I'll be darned. All right, yeah, a lot of nets on here. I'll probably play around in here, but yeah, I connected to the SNARS net last night and just joined in and listened to what's going on. So that was pretty cool. Now, some bonus content, and I'm hoping I don't screw this up, but now that you got your, you know what you want to do, okay? I've not put in the North America talk group to talk on my radio yet. Now, I could do that with my tablet computer here real quick, which might be the way you want to do it, okay? But I was laying on my bed last night and I didn't want to get up, and I just wanted to add it real quick to the radio. And I've been playing around with this thing, and I'm going to show you guys how to add a channel and then assign a talk group to that channel for the hotspot or repeater. Now, I was talking through a repeater, so I was able to do that. So I'm going to try and show you guys how to, from the front panel, add a channel and a digital channel and a talk group. Now, I got the new camera over here on the left side of the table here, or my left side, and I've written out the steps here, and I'm gonna quickly show you guys this. So, just want to check real quick, everything's looking good. All right, so keep in mind, we've added the talk groups that I pulled from N6DMR's list that he did a while back, and I put that in my CPS, and then I dumped it into the radio the last time I did a contact list and channel update. So I should see all those talk groups available to me. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and add this channel, and my SkyBridge, I know it's on, I think 446. Well, I don't even remember the channel, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be in here. I think it's 65, but I know what I've done already. So I'm going to hop over here, and I've got, get this into focus here. How we doing?
Get closer.
Closer? All right.
Right there.
All right, cool. I'm going to see if I can do this and also pull my notes over here. All right. So you want to hit menu, okay? Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to increase the time you're going to spend on a menu item, because this thing will time out. So you want to go over here to settings. You want to do radio set. And then you want to scroll down to item number 14. And that's the menu exit time. Now, this thing exits out every 15 seconds, which doesn't give me enough time to think about everything. So I'm going to go down to 60 seconds, so that way at least I got 60 seconds to get my mind right. So that's what I did here. That's what the first step, I want to adjust the menu exit time to increase the time spent on the menu item, and I just did that for you. So then I want to back out, okay, and now I'm on this second page here, and now we're going to add the channel to the menu. So I'm back to where you can see the front page, or the front of the radio. Okay, so I'm going to select menu, and I'm going to go down to settings. Okay, and then I want to do channel set. Okay, I want to select new channel. Okay, and now it's going to automatically append the channel that I'm going to create to the next one in the list. Right now it looks like I've got 9 channels in there, and so it's going to ask me to add the 10th channel. So I'm going to click confirm. And now it wants me to put an alpha tag. Okay, so I'm going to call this SkyBridge North America. So hopefully I can show you guys how to key this in. Let's see. Sky, I'm going to spell this all out. SkyBridge. By the way, I'm not a, whoops. I'm trying to get better at this. SkyBridge, okay, and then space, and then I'm going to put NA. NA. Okay. Confirm. Okay, I've got SkyBridge zone and the KCI repeater zone. So I'm going to put it in, okay. So you want to, I keyed in the alpha tag, I confirmed it, now I'm going to select the zone where I want to add the channel. So I'm going to go select. Confirm to save. Yes. Channel's being saved. Saved. Now back out to the main menu. Okay. Now rotate the channel knob to select the new channel. I should see SkyBridge NA somewhere. There it is right there, channel 10, okay? Now, I want to press the menu item and see at the top of this, it says talk group. Okay, so I'm going to select that, and now I got this talk group list. Okay, there's all those talk groups. 1,420 of them are in here. It's crazy. That's what I put in here the other day. Okay, fortunately, North America's right there. Otherwise, I got to scroll all through this and find that talk group. And I don't know of any way to quickly find those, unless somebody knows how to quickly go through that list by pressing some keys down here. I haven't figured that out yet. But I know, fortunately, that the North America talk group is right there at number 3 in the list. Okay, so I'm going to select that. Okay, I can view the contact. It says there, North America talk group 93. I'm going to back out. I can go in and edit the contact. Well, I don't want to do that, but you can go in there and mess with that. And now I'm just going to go ahead and select it. Okay, I'm going to contact select. Good. Okay, back out. Okay, and I'm going to exit. Okay, so that should select the contact. I created a channel, and I can go in and actually check to see that. Settings, channel set, I believe. I'm pretty sure it added the, let's select that. Yeah, those are my frequencies. They're already, oops, I want to back. I don't want to change that. Oops, I don't think you can delete those if you, yeah, they're still back, they're still good. So I'm going to back out of it. Oops, back. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that channel is still there. Okay, so now I have SkyBridge North America set. And I should be able, with my hotspot, connect to this talk group. So I'm going to come over here to the main camera, and I'm going to jump over to my hotspot, and you can see that the last exchange I had was the parrot. Okay, and then prior to that I disconnected. Okay, so I'm going to try the parrot real quick, and I just want to demo this for you because I want to train you guys on this. Okay, so I'm going to hit the parrot real quick. KCØQVT.
KCØQVT.
Cool. I'm in my display on my hotspot. It's got my call sign, slot 2. Okay, now let's try North America. KCØQVT monitoring North America. Yep, you can see it. All right. So now I have connected my hotspot to North America, and I should be able to, I think, well, yeah, somebody got back with me, Tom, or somebody, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Looks like I'm seeing some losses. Yeah, this dashboard gives you a lot of insight as to what's going on. So, if I leave my radio on North America, if I leave my radio on and it's connected to North America, or my radio's on, my hotspot's now scheduled to connect to North America at tonight at 6 o'clock. And my radio should unmute, and I should hear this net go on, and it's going to remind me. So you have to have your radio on, you have to have your hotspot on, and now you're good to go, and you won't miss anything. So you can you know, go sit in on a bunch of nets. You can just go down the rabbit hole as deep as you want. It's pretty cool, and I think it's going to, just now, it's going to stay connected to this for about 15 minutes, and I think it either, I believe it'll time out after a while. It may not, it may stay, I think on this it might, because you're doing a hotspot, I believe it'll stay, auto static means it's going to stay connected to it for as long as until you hit the disconnect. Repeaters, they'll disconnect after a certain period of time as programmed by the system operator. So hotspots, I believe they'll stay connected until you disconnect. And so I can disconnect real quick. And that's a talk group 4000. And I should hear disconnect. Or not linked, yeah. So I've unlinked with this hotspot is now freed up, and I can talk back and forth with it. But I do know now that this thing should auto connect to 93 tonight at 6 o'clock, and my radio is going to unmute if I have it on NA, North America, and I should be able to join that net. Well, with that said, any questions? I know there's a lag probably between when you guys hear me speak and when I can see it on the board, but anything? Okay. Open for any questions. I've got, again, these notes are in the link, so you guys can get this. We'll put them in the YouTube comments below. I want to invite you guys to join our YouTube channel and also our Facebook group page. We definitely want to stay in touch with you guys and make you successful. We also have an Instagram account. We put content out there regularly. We're on Twitter and all these various social media platforms. And we invite you to tell your friends about what's going on. But definitely, success is our duty. As we put on the hats. We don't want you guys suffering at all, especially if you bought a radio from us. And we want you guys successful so that you guys can use this, because there's a lot of activity going on here. Very useful. Thank you. Thanks, Dan. Did you guys understand what I did? I mean, you guys think you can, from your front panel of your radio, do you think you can add a talk group to it? I mean, I'd like to know, because that's been valuable to me. I don't want to get a computer out and have to fool with this. I like kind of the good old days, where you could add a radio frequency on the fly and get done. You're out there and about, and you want to quickly add somebody to your radio. So that to me was a nice discovery. So good, Lee. Appreciate Whiskey 4 Lima Foxtrot Hotel. Again, the recording of this video will be available after the live stream, so that you guys can do a deep dive. You've got the step-by-step here sheets that I put together for you. I would also welcome any suggestions for future live streams. I mean, I'm kind of on this journey too. Maybe I'm one step ahead, maybe one step behind of where you guys are, but I'm playing around with this as we go along. I'm discovering all kinds of neat things I can do with this, and then of course bringing this to your attention, because joining these nets, I really didn't know about all these nets available until I just did some Google searches around to see what's going on, and these links came up, and major props to these folks that are putting this content out. Whiskey Hotel WhiskeyCharlie.com, Hudson Valley. That's pretty cool. He's got a blog with all kinds of neat stuff. He seems to be staying on top of what's happening in the DMR community, and we want to definitely be a part of that. So, something about APRS, I agree. I'll be honest with you, I've not played around with APRS. I'm a newbie at that as well, but I certainly will get into that. Okay, Dan, great. I'm glad you think that's going to help you. Yeah. Yeah, review the video. It's going to be there for you guys, and share it if you don't mind. That way, folks can take advantage of this content. Again, our plan is to come to you every Wednesday at 11 o'clock Central Time and just deep dive on this radio. Again, it's a nice radio. One thing I noticed last night is that you can actually, there's a record function, and you can actually record your conversations, which I didn't know about. Now, as amateurs, I don't know if we need that, but I think if this is a commercial radio, and if you're in a public safety setting or any kind of emergency management setting, and you want to be able to record, what's happening, so that for whatever reason, like back and forth on like a storm spotting situation, or I I mean, just whatever might require recording, this radio will do that. It actually recorded. And then there's an actual interesting thought on that is sometimes we've heard people talk about their mics are not loud enough. I want to experiment with that, see if it's recording from the front panel onto the radio, does that mean the mic's working and then we have an audio issue, you know, our gain is not set up. I want to play around with that to see if there's a way to troubleshoot audio issues that might come up. And like sometimes people wonder if they're ever getting heard. Okay, well, you mentioned how to set it up where you can add, remove static talk groups from the hotspot page. Yeah, I can do that real quick. Okay, you can go over here on the Brandmeister. Okay, you can, right here, again, you're on your settings for your page, and again, that's down here on your hotspot. Okay, this idea, these reflector settings, I looked into that. It looks like they're going to sunset this reflector terminology at the end of the year. I really don't know how, that's some kind of legacy situation with Brandmeister, and I think that's sunsetting at the end of the year, so I'm not going to fool with that. But the static talk groups, I'm thinking, you know, like if I want Texas, for example, to be static, I could type in 3148 because I remember that, and I could add that over to here. Okay, and I know now that I think if any traffic comes in on Texas, it's going to send it out on a hotspot, and I should be able to pick it up. Now, a good question is, let's say I'm on a talk group that is not Texas, okay, and it comes in. Well, my radio's not going to unmute on that, okay. However, there's a way to fix that too, in that you could have it unmute on any talk group, and that's in the CPS setting, and I believe it's called, it's like a digital monitoring. And see, I don't know if I want to deep dive into that right now. You can turn digital monitoring off to where it will unmute on any talk, or I'm sorry, you can turn digital monitoring on to where you can unmute on any talk group. And let me see if I can, I don't know, I'll see if I can set it up in a couple, let me jump over here to this camera, Joe. I'll see if I can set that up real quick. All right, so I think you go down here and you want to go to settings and you want to do a radio set, okay, and then you want to, I believe, oh, there's all kinds of stuff here. I know that's a key setting. Okay, key PF1 short. I want to do P1 short. Okay, so I'm going to set P1. Actually, I'm going to do PF2. I think that's my button, the bottom button on the left side. I think that's PF2. Okay, and I want to go down here and you'll notice these menus stay up. I changed that timer to 60 seconds so that this thing doesn't, okay, there's digital monitor. I want to select that. Okay, so now I've assigned PF2 to digital monitor. And let's back out and see if I did this. Ah, yes, it did. Digital monitor time slot, you toggle through that. Okay, so this is what you want to do. And you'll notice up by the low power setting, you're going to see this icon come on. It's red, and it's going to have a bar next to it. That's single time slot monitoring, double time slot monitoring. So it's going to monitor both time slots. And so any activity that comes in on my hotspot now will unmute. Now, the only downside to this is that you don't know where you don't know what talk group it's coming in on unless you look at your display, and it might have that intelligence or your hotspot. So that is how you get your radio to unmute on any talk group that comes across your hotspot. Now, as you can see, I'm going to jump over here. Okay, I had a call come in, so I must be, okay, and that was on Texas, okay. Texas, as we just did, was set up for a static talk group. So now I know that any activity that's coming in from Texas will get fed to my radio through my hotspot. And even though I'm on SkyBridge North America, my channel selection, because I'm monitoring the channel or the frequency of the hotspot, and it will unmute on any talk group that comes across. And of course, Texas just somebody on their place to call. And you can see right here, I think KCI Texas was the last. Oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, that's the talk group. And we could add another static talk group as well. Okay. We could add 93, and well, I'm not going to get too deep into this right now because we're already deep into the conversation. Okay.
Alpha 5 GP.
Okay. So there's somebody that just came in on Texas, and it was because I created a static talk group and I added digital monitoring. So there you go. You'll never miss a call. Steve Penza, KD2 OFD. Then if I want to create a channel on the fly, all I have to do is edit the talk group color code and frequency for DMR or frequency and PL. Yeah, you can do it just like I showed you. Now, I was already dealing with a channel that the frequencies were already set up because I was I was adding a channel to my my current listing, and it was taking advantage of some already set up frequencies. Now I could have gone in and done and adjusted those or edited those frequencies, but I didn't. They came over from the talk group or the channel I was already on, and I kind of took advantage of already some pre-existing information. I will say that I'm learning too, but I could have edited all those parameters. Okay, I could have adjusted the color code. I could have adjusted the transmit and receive frequencies if I was going to try to add another repeater. But I was doing something simple because I already had the channel pair for the hotspot and the time slot and the color code that was already done. So anyway, just in summary. Today we learned how to schedule a connection on Brandmeister so that your hotspot, and in this case my hotspot tonight is going to connect to talk group 93 and join that net. Also, I showed you guys how to find active talk groups by going to Brandmeister. You can go to last heard, or you can then go to the call list and you can actually inspect various talk groups. Then thirdly, I showed you guys how to look for a net where there's going to be activity. Okay, we chose to join the a technical net tonight. I can't even remember what it was. I know it's a net on 93. Let's see. Yeah, North America Tech Net. That ought to be interesting. I bet there's a lot of folks join that. So we're going to join that tonight. And then, of course, you can find other nets there. Okay, and then as some bonus content, today I actually gave you two bonuses. I gave you the bonus to how to connect and add a digital channel to your existing zone and then assign a talk group to that. And then I also showed you how, actually three bonuses. I showed you how to, let me go back and let me review. I showed you how to add a digital channel, and then how to assign a static talk group to your hotspot using Brandmeister, and then thirdly, how to put your radio and assign one of your keys to digital monitor so that you can monitor all activity on that channel. So, and those aren't in the show notes, by the way. The last two, I didn't do that. So, anyway. Well, I'm grateful I can spend this time with you guys. Again, my name is Ron, Kilo Charlie Zero Quebec Victor Tango. I've got general class license, and I'm looking to get my extra probably in December. I was licensed in 2003, and I had a tech license forever. I spent most of my time doing engineering work here, building this business and stuff. And so, you know, the technician, you know, because of the repeaters, it was good enough. But since that time, I've, you know, been around a lot more amateur folks, and I got my general license or my general upgrade, and I'm having a good time. And I'm really enjoying teaching about this radio and all the things it can do for you guys. Again, we've got some coaching that we're offering. It's Dwayne Reese, N6DMR, limited seats. There's a link here to join that. It's well worth it. It's $20, but you're going to save yourself a ton of time. I mean, I'm going to continue to do these, join these, but Dwayne will, through a Zoom call, he's going to, you'll have access to him, and he's a pretty bright dude. He's been working with this stuff for quite a while, and I just make yourself available to him on that. But yeah, there's a link here to do that. And again, if you have any issues, support ticket is the best way to get a hold of somebody in tech support. We do have phones, and the phone is busy. It's busy a lot, and I'm working on improving that too. But if you can't, you know, if you leave a voicemail, we're trying to get to them as quick as we can. Best ways to support ticket through our website. We got another giveaway going on right now. We got some stuff coming up for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that big week of sales that are going on. We definitely got some treats for you in that respect as well. But anyway, we're here for you. We want you successful. And I am very grateful you're here and you're willing to spend an hour with me to learn more about DMR and radio. Again, ham radio is supposed to be fun. Oh, there's another call coming on that Texas talk. Texas, I'm sure of it because we're static. Anyway, we want you successful, and we hope the show continues to grow. But with that, I wrap up today and big time 7-3 to you all.